And here on Party 101.9, home of the throwbacks and the iHeartradio platform. And we are in the building with Princess Javel. How are you doing, love?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Speaking of Mike, love.
There we go. Hello, how are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Great.
Perfect. So, I just want to know, off it, who is Princess Javel?
I'm just an artist, like, overall. I first started modeling.
Okay.
And from being a video vixen, now I'm becoming this artist. And I've always wanted to do music, and now I'm doing the transitioning now from doing the whole modeling thing to now just focusing on the music, being in the studio and doing a first music video. It's like such a different transition from like actually being in someone else's music video, like working with like French Montana, Fabulous, 50 Cent. And I told them, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be a rapper one day, so I cannot look like crazy. I can't look crazy in your video. So you know, you gotta make me look good. So now that finally it's happening, and yeah, so
that's dope. So what was your experience working with French?
It was super dope. It was actually Ramadan during the time,
And
and he was with Chloe, so he was like, I can't have no video girls around me because I don't want to have no issues with her. So I'm like, damn, you know, like, come on, you know, like, we're right next to French, you know, so it was pretty dope. And you know when he says in the song, like, pull up in La Marina with the yacht, like, that was really us. We was really got to live that experience, so it was pretty dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And you know, we just sharing some blessings with him right now as he's going through what he's going through in the hospital as well.
Yeah.
But Fabulous. What did you think about his album that he dropped?
Oh, I love it. Fab is the homie. Shout out to Fabulous. And it was his birthday last month. Shout out to him. He's definitely the go. He's an inspiration. It's definitely an honor to have worked with him and just an establisher of friendship. So, you know, shout out to him and his team. And that Choosy track, he's taking it global. So I love that. He's a great representation of New York. He's been original. Like, he still has his flavor and just innovation. You know, love it. Love. Shout out to Fab.
Shout out to him for real. So I wanted to know, Princess. Why Princess and not Queen? Because you know, like a lot of people like have their reasons for choosing certain like names and titles.
Yeah, Princess. I literally obsessed with the Disney culture. Blame it on Disney Jasmine. And I just feel like I've been a princess the way I've been raised with my family. I'm definitely the princess of my family, and I felt like now that I've been a part of the hip hop industry, I'm definitely the princess of the hip hop industry. And I haven't considered myself the queen because that's a transition. So I feel like throughout my career, when I make it to that queen level or that queen status, then you earn that. You can't just come out here and be like, oh yeah, I'm the queen. Like, no, there's levels to this. And also I feel like I'm a princess, and when I get married, then I'm gonna be like that queen.
Got you. Oh, she's looking at her boyfriend. Okay.
Looking at me like,
do we have a date yet? Maybe you don't post or anything? You like, don't put me on the spot. That's really dope.
Shout out to Babe.
Right.
Sinatra.
That's really dope. I love the way you're so humble. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really amazing. You know, especially because you accomplished so much things already, and you still got that like humble vibe. You know, like great energy. So
I appreciate that. I feel like I have not done nothing yet. It's still the beginning.
Don't you like? And it's funny because like you hear people tell you like, "Oh my, you're doing your thing," and you're like, yeah, but I'm not where I want to be at.
Yes,
like, you know,
yes, I know exactly. I know. Yeah, exactly the point.
No, I definitely agree. So, you travel a lot.
Yes, love travel.
Where are the places that you've been through so far?
Oh my gosh, well, recent trip was to Japan. We were out there for Tokyo.
Nice.
It was super dope. We was out there for like Halloween and also the beginning of November. It was just so dope. The culture there, how the mannerism, the people are so sweet, but the style there is like hip hop has definitely influenced Tokyo. Like, I'm like, what is happening? Like, how did hip hop take it this far? For real? Like, it just makes me happy to see that, like, you know, different cultures just like embracing the hip hop industry. When you go to the club, like, you just hear that hip hop playing, and then they're wearing like these like, you know, like just the hip hop swag. You see them wearing sneakers, uptowns. Like, who wears that to the club? I'm used to that, like wearing my heels and shit. He's telling me, babe, you don't have to be all dressed up for the club. I'm like, babe, no, what are you talking about? I'm like not wearing heels to the club.
Right, I'm trying to stunt. Like, I didn't know.
Right, like, you know, But over there, like, people just go with the whole, like, the oversized sweater.
Oh, wow,
with
really?
Like, the girls with oversized sweaters to the club. And, like, sneakers, like, some uptown things. You're like, what is wrong with these girls?
Totally different.
But they have this swag. It looks cool. It's, like, it's definitely swaggy. So, I definitely feel like I've got a little bit of that little culture. I even I dyed my hair pink. I had some hot pink hair. I was just rocking it. The pink was definitely not coming off, but it was cool to have that little vibe out there.
That's dope.
I've also was in Australia as well. That was such an amazing experience. I was out in Melbourne and Sydney.
Nice.
And what's another? Dubai. Love Dubai. I just feel like with traveling the world is just like inspires me with my music when I create my songs. When I love visiting the islands, being on the beach. Like most of my songs that I've written is like me traveling and just being inspired from that whole experience. And then when I come back, I have like this energy. I just want to go straight to the booth and just like create, dope songs.
That's amazing. I was actually going to ask you why do you travel so often? Because like I really want to like take a time to do that myself, like start traveling more often to different places. Traveling,
you got it. You got to travel. I feel like, it just opens up your mind. You realize how, when you don't travel, I didn't realize how connected we really are, everyone, every different culture. But once you travel and you see these different cultures, you're like, oh, damn, we do the same kind of thing like that. Or, they add their own little style to it. So flavor, I feel, I just see more connections between us around the world and that we're really alike. We just make our own little spices and our own little like morals and stuff like that. But I think you definitely have to travel. Everyone should definitely travel and see the world and have friends all over the world. Ideal.
That's pretty dope. So
I want to ask, what country had the best food?
Oh my gosh! Right now coming back from Japan, the food there, like anything you eat, is so banging. Like I'm telling you, the food is like
true that
super
they eat
good.
Like bugs though? Because I know some of them eat kind of like bugs sometimes on the stick.
Well, I didn't have no bugs.
Okay.
But,
she was like, not me.
I definitely tried that. I definitely didn't try that, but I do love that raw fish. Like, oh my gosh, that sashimi. The yellowtail, just straight fresh. And like it's just an art to it, the way they present it to you, and just like it's such a vibe. Like, but the food there, amazing. Like we went to this Italian restaurant, La Boheme, shout out to them. Hopefully they hook us up. And it's an Italian restaurant, but they just mix the Italian and just make it just fucking to the next level. You're like, damn, this is so good right now. So one thing I'm definitely missing about Japan is that food. That food was really banging. But of course, grandma's cooking. Shout out to grandma. That's number one. You can't find that nowhere. So grandma's cooking in the PX, in the South Bronx. That one you can't find that nowhere.
That's where I was for Thanksgiving. Have my leftovers and everything like that.
Shout out to grandma. I love you, grandma. If you out here listening.
Yo, grandma's on Instagram. That's dope.
Grandma is on Instagram. She be on there trying to stalk my ass. Sorry, she wanna know what's going on.
That's fine, yo. Grandma, follow me too. Listen,
grandma, you gotta follow her, okay?
Oh man. So you say you write your own music?
Yes.
That's pretty dope.
I think that's super important for an artist to be authentic. I mean, no issues with artists that have songs and do covers. That's on them. But originally, like as a music lover, I just respected artists that created their craft. Like have their own bars. It's just as an artist, you want to express yourself, and I think that who's best to say my story than me?
Right.
That me say someone else's story, and I'm so passionate. I just have to I have to say my story, and I'm gonna say it the best.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I could say it the best, opposed to me saying someone else's songs. Like I don't think I'm gonna have that same passion. I'm like, all I want is you. It's not the same. But if I know why I wrote those lyrics and what experience I went through, when I'm in the booth, I'm feeling that emotion. Like it's happening. I'm reliving those emotions while I'm recording. So I feel like in order to do that, you need to have your own bars and you need to have your own lyrics.
So what is your process for writing music? Like, do you have to be in a certain like quiet space, or like what setting do you have to do?
Ideally, is the traveling. When I'm traveling, that whole experience and that whole trip for the last song that I just released, All I. That song, I was in Turks and Caicos, and it was a couple of months that I kind of had like a writer's block, and I'm like, shoot, I can't write right now. Like I'm trying so hard, like it just won't come. So I was like, okay, I hit up my best friend Cassie. Shout out to Cassie Melinda. She's like, dude, let's take a trip. I was like, all right. She's like, let's go to Puerto Rico. I'm like, dude, we always go to Puerto Rico. Let's do something different. Like, so she's like, all right, let's do Turks and Caicos then. So we go out to Turks and Caicos, and just was every day just being on the beach and hearing the sounds. And we were having lunch, and there was like this instrumental playing, like Caribbean instrumental playing in the backdrop. Of course, I had some drinks in my system already by then.
And then,
yeah, and then I was like, oh, whoa. Then I just hear the sounds of the wave, and all I heard is, all I want is you. All I want is you. And I just went with that vibe, and I was like, oh, this sounds lit. So then I get my phone, I turn on the audio voice note, and I'm just recording that. I didn't know what beat was gonna go with it, but I knew that the lyrics were coming to me. So once I get that, I just I try to write it down, or I try to record it just to get it for when it's time to go to the studio. Now it's time to write. I already have the inspiration, or like at least the base of the song or the topic. So from that was something so beautiful, and just the whole scenery. And then when I ended up getting the beat, which is my birthday gift, that beat, it perfectly aligned with it, because I already knew where All I was gonna go.
Yeah.
When I heard the beat, I was like, oh, I already have All I. And then when I sang it on that, I was like, yeah, this is it. It was like it just was perfect for each other.
That's dope. I actually went to Turks and Caicos November, like the beginning of November. It's beautiful.
Oh, so gorgeous. I love Turks and Caicos. Like, that is just a straight getaway.
Yeah,
it's not about the turn up in Turks and Caicos. It's really about just beach life and just relaxation, just good food and just good vibes.
Yeah, the beach is beautiful. Honestly.
Opposed to other islands, it's like other islands is a turn up vibe. Over there is more like you turn up, but just like relaxation and get that sun and that tanning going on. And if you got writer's block, then you might write a song. Who knows?
So wrapping up the traveling talk, where would you like to go next?
Egypt is my number one.
Ooh.
I need to see the pyramids. I need a selfie right next to the pyramids. Me on top of a camel, just like peace.
Nice.
So that's definitely on my hit list.
That would inspire a good ass song.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. What about the sounds on that one? Oh my gosh.
Right.
I could already
fire.
like. I wish I could produce. I wish I can create my own like sounds, because just the way I hear it sounds like I just want to like create it, but I don't know all that yet.
Right.
That's definitely going to be a process. That's something as Princess Javel would eventually maybe want to get into that.
That would be dope
production.
though. Like, you write your own music, why not create your own beats and everything?
For sure.
Like,
but shout out to those producers out there.
Facts. It ain't easy.
It's definitely not. Definitely.
Yeah. So I want to know, because you were a video vixen for years.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I was.
How was that experience though? Like, starting off in that career.
In that whole world.
Yeah, that whole world.
So. I'm originally from the South Bronx, so I'm back in the boogie down.
Nice.
And my ex best friend, she's like, dude, we gotta get you in a photo shoot. We gotta get you in a video. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm in college. What are you talking? I can't be no video vixen. Like, I'm a sexy nerd. That's it. I'm not about this life. She's like, I promise you. Let me do your makeup. Let me get you. You got this. And I'm like, all right, fine. Let's do it. So we did this photo shoot. Oh my! I didn't know what I was doing. If whoever has those photos, please never release those. never.
She gonna say send it over.
No, please
don't post them.
I don't want to see them.
I don't want to see those pics. But you know what? You got to start somewhere. So the first music video that I did, it was with Noriega and Corey Guns.
Oh, nice.
This song is so hard. I'm smiling and cheesing in this hard ass song. He's like, yeah, and I'm just like, this video, it just didn't go. But I didn't know what the heck I was doing, so I'm like, I'm gonna smile. That's what I feel like doing, smiling. So I'm just gonna be myself. So I did that, and then from there, one thing led to the next. I started working with Nouveau.
Nice, okay.
Which is a sparkling liqueur, and they had like the video. Like the Nouveau chicks. So we would do like different events throughout New York City, and then Nouveau had like they had artists. So they had Fat Joe signs, they had Secreto, like a whole bunch of different artists that they had as like that they endorsed. So that's when I ended up meeting Fat Joe. One day it was like La Marina. Every Sunday we had to do that event. So one day he was out there, And then he's like, so I had to go give him his, like, you know, his fresh bottle and stuff. And he's like, oh, so what's up, little mom? I'm like, what's up? I'm Princess. He's like, oh, really? Oh, how you doing, Princess? I'm like, yeah, I'm from the South Bronx. You know, I'm going to be a rapper one day. So, you know, you better get to know me right now. He's like, oh, okay, little mom. Oh, okay, all right, I see you. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a rapper. He's like, oh, well, I'm out in Miami. I'm like, oh, I'm always out in Miami. So he's like, oh, well, whenever you back in Miami, I could take you to the studio. And I was like, no way, for real? So I was like, word. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to hit you. And I'm out in Miami because my dad's out there. So I'm always New York and Miami. Mm-hmm. So
I love Miami, by the way.
Definitely, so shout out to Miami. I love Miami. I miss it. Especially with this cold weather right now in New York City.
Honestly.
It is too brick. So I end up going to hit him up when I'm in Miami, like, what's up? He's like, okay, Princess, I got you. End up going to the studio for the first time in my life and seeing him record in that booth. Like, when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do for, like, the rest of my life. And then I saw that there was, like, an engineer, and there was, like, you know, like, it just showed me how it takes a whole team to create a song. Mm-hmm. When you hear a song, you don't consider all the behind the scenes. You don't even know what goes behind the scenes. But no, there's an engineer, there's a producer, and, you know, like, it takes so much besides just the artist. You know, like, it's a lot. And it just made me respect the music industry even more, and like to see a legend that I grew up just loving and admiring, and to just be around that energy. I was like, you know, God doesn't do anything for no reason. There was a reason why I was there. And there was a reason why, you know, like, it just happened organically, and that's why I just kept on getting more motivated, because the more I worked, the more people I met, and the more inspiration I got. And every time I worked, every time I did a video, I was like, okay, this is going to be my shot. This is the moment. This is the moment. This is the moment.
I think that's amazing, too, that he actually, like, kept his promise and let you in the booth. You know? Like, sometimes you hear him, like, like, come to Miami. And you like, bro, like, what happened? Like, you know, like, stuff like that. So that's pretty dope.
He's definitely kept it 100 with me, and much respect for him to, like, you know, put me under his wing and show me how it really works.
How's your relationship with him now? Like, do you guys still in contact, or?
Yes, we're still in contact for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so he might be on the feature with, you know, Miss Princess.
Well, you can catch me. He put me on his Dark Side 3. I did a little skit in one of those songs. It's called Grimy in the early 90s. Okay. So you can hear me. But for us to do a song in the future, that'll be amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'll be fire.
That'll be a dream come true.
That'll be fire. Yeah. I think that's next for you in 2020.
Yeah, man, 2020, come on, baby. That'll be lit.
All right, so how has the transformation from, like, being a video vixen to an artist been?
You gotta put in the work. You know, there's no handouts out here. It doesn't matter how many people you know. You gotta put in the work, and you gotta start from the bottom. So I thought that just because I already had this credibility as a video vixen, that can just transfer over. No, it's like you gotta build up your fan base from the music now, and build up your music catalog, and having your portfolio on that aspect instead of just, you know, music videos.
Would you say it's a little harder for them to see you as an artist being a video vixen? Because, you know, sometimes people see you as one thing and then they just stick you in that category, you know?
Yeah, like, I agree. I think that it is a little harder. Mm-hmm. I feel like I should have done this transition a long time ago. Okay. Opposed to me sticking to the video vixen and waiting for something, like, to magically happen and me become this artist. Right. Like, when I work with 50 Cent, what I did, I freestyled for him the day we was in the video shoot. No way, no way. Okay, I was like, that's someone I never want to take a loan from. Never want to take no personal loans from him. I already know not to do that. But I was like, oh yeah, let me just freestyle for him. See if I'll get a just deal. So I realized, no, it's not like that. I feel like I should have worked on this. You know, like, so one thing I want to tell everybody, if you want to do something, just do it right now. Don't wait till 20 or 5 years. Just start right now. And even if you fail, just at least you know you did that and you lived it and you can move on. But I need to do this, and even if I do fail, which I'm not going to fail, but at least I know in my heart that I tried, and because I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't go out there and try. Even if, you know, I fail, at least I know that I'm like, okay, I can sleep out well, and I'm like, you know what, I tried, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And you never know, like, and it really makes me happy. I love doing music, and I've really enjoyed being a video vixen too. That was a dope experience. I just never even thought that I could even live. That just happened. Honestly, that just happened, and that was amazing. But as an artist now, yeah, I totally wanted this, and I'm so happy that I have control over my music and my content that I release. I don't have nobody, like, telling me, oh, you got to do this, you got to be this way. Yeah. That was one thing about me as, like, as Princess Javel, I wanted to always be true to me and my morals and who I am and never change that. And if I do decide to, like, you know, redefine myself, that's my choice. Not because nobody's telling me, well, guess what, I'm paying you, so you got to do what I'm saying, and you got to act like this and wear this because you got to make those sales.
Yeah,
you know,
so
advice. I think being independent, I love that aspect, and I love that I have control over my Princess Javel of who I am.
So tell us, what is All I about?
All I... All I want is, like, it's about a song that, you know, wanting someone, and then, like, wanting that someone, and sometimes you're in a situation where it just, like, life doesn't pan out where two people could be together, but you want that. So that's how that happened. And of course, it happened in Turks and Caicos. It was just, like, it was a vibe. And,
right.
And it was a cool little vibe, but it's a dope song. The beat, I got it as a gift. It was my birthday gift. That's what I wanted from. I'm not gonna say who the producer is, but I wanted that for my birthday. I got it as a blessing. I was so happy that I got it, and it just totally went with All I. So All I was in Turks and Caicos, the beginning of April. I got the beat like maybe 2 weeks afterwards, which I thought I was not even going to get that beat for my birthday, because my birthday's in January, so this is April. So I'm like, yo, I thought that they just was going to dump me. I was like, they dumped me, they're not going to give me no beat, even though, you know, yeah, we got you, Javel. So I was like, damn, I'm going to get dumped for this beat, but whatever, you know what, at least I tried. And then when I got that email, I was like, yes! And then I was like, I already got the lyrics, so it's perfect. It just went. So that was a magical song. So I'm pretty excited.
What about Catch Me? Because it seems like your songs are in first person. It's like about, like, you know, like me, myself, and I. Like,
yeah, it's definitely about me and my vibe. So the Catch Me song, I still haven't released it. That's definitely gonna be dropping soon.
Okay.
That's featuring Fred the Godson. So shout out to him.
So this is an exclusive.
Yeah, that's an exclusive for you guys. You know. And that's with Fred the Godson. He just dropped his project. Shout out to Fred. I work with him and did his videos too. So, you know, so I'm like, you know, little by little, I'm like working. I'm going to be working with the people that I worked with before in the past. So, I love that. So it's pretty dope. And hopefully we'll be having a music video and releasing that soon.
Nice.
So that would be really amazing. And the Catch Me song is talking about, like, my struggle in the music. So I first started... as I went to see big time studios, the first time I ever went to a studio, I've kind of always stick with that. But then I realized, like, I felt like I was in I had access to these big studios, but as an artist, I didn't feel like I was ready for that, and I didn't earn my right to be there. So I didn't feel right with myself to be there. So I felt like I needed to humble myself down, get with people that are just as hungry and just as in the beginning stages of an artist, like how I was.
Right.
You know, because I was still developing myself. I can't go play in the major leagues. Like, I'm going to go to the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to go to the Barclays Center, play like if I'm a pro and I don't even know how to shoot the thing. You know, like, come on. You know, so I just couldn't feel right. I didn't feel right with myself. So I was like, all right, you know what? I linked up with this team out in Queens, and it was a cool team that I work with. Shout out to 100 Band. And it was just like a group of like thirsty people that are hungry to work with the music. Yeah. And one was the engineer, you know, the freaking microphone was kind of busted and like the headphones wasn't even right. But it was like, I needed that. That just made me, you know, hungry. So our homies would do like little ciphers, and I love ciphers, like freestyling. It's just my thing. Like, I love that. So I'm like, oh, this is dope. So we're freestyling. I remember the first time we went there, we freestyling in there, and I'm just like catching a vibe, and everybody's like, yo, you so dope. Like, you know, like we just all like amping each other up, and I'm like, yo, yeah, this is a cool team. So it all started of me just like, we're all doing like verses, so I'll just do like a little verse. Then they're like, okay, you can get in the little hook. Okay, so then I'm just working my way up until eventually I could do a song. I did a whole song for myself, and that was super dope, because now I'm showing myself as an artist, proving myself that, dang, I could do this.
Yeah, I think it's so important when you say, like, you know, be prepared before you really jump into anything.
Yeah.
Because so many people are, like, ready to just, I'm ready to be on the top. I'm ready to be on the top. But they don't realize how much work you got to put into it and prepare yourself before you really, like, try to jump into the big leagues, you know? Like, it's crazy. But I love, like, the messages that you are, like, giving, like, to, like, even just your audience that's listening right now, you know? Like, I think that's pretty dope. So let's talk about your body, right? Because, okay, I'm gonna sound weird, but like, I want to know exactly, like, what you do to stay fit. Because, like, you look good. Like, your pictures, I was like, girl, like, you know, like, I've been telling everybody in this world, I'm trying to be slim thick. You know, like, I'm trying to be thick in the right places,
I feel like I'm a bit thick right now, but I think
what do you do though to like? Do you like work out? Like, do you eat right? Like, what exactly?
Honestly, I think it's more the eating right. I really haven't been in. Maybe like I was in the gym 2 weeks ago. Like I'm not working so hard in the gym. Mm-hmm. In the past, it was I was maybe go a little hard, but as of right now, I'm not doing the gym thing, guys. I'm sorry. It's not that. It's not that. It's. I think it's more eating well. Just eating right. Try to eat the best that you can, and try to stay active. Be on a beach. That's another tip. I love being in a bikini by the water. I think that helps out because I'm a little fish. I think just eating well is good, and maybe doing a little squats here. Oh, wearing heels. Oh, I love wearing heels. So I think that definitely helps with the calf.
Yes, I definitely agree.
Wear some heels. That definitely helps.
I definitely agree. Okay, so let's talk about you like to be on the beach. You also have a line, the Redefine Swim.
Yes.
So can you tell us like how did you decide to even like come about this?
Okay, so I created Redefine Swim due to me always traveling and always being by a beach, and me just spending so much money on bikinis. Mm-hmm. And me and my best friend Cassie, there's only one shop in Miami where we would go get our bikinis. Wow. No matter where we are. And she lives out in London, so she's like, when I'm in New York or about to go hit London, she's like, dude, go to Miami, go get us the bikini. So we literally have to go fly to Miami, get these bikinis. Oh my gosh, one time I bought the bikinis. We had a trip. I think it was to go to Turks and Caicos. I forgot the bikini. I bought the bikinis. I left them in the store and I was heading to the airport. And then the guy's like, dude, you left the bikinis in the shop. I'm like, yo, just send it in the Uber because I can't miss this flight. we sent the bikinis in the Uber to the airport. Cassie's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Sorry about that. Beep, 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 beep. Sorry about that one. She's like, I'm gonna kill you. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, but yeah, so we've been...
Those are stories you get frantic at the moment and then laugh about later.
So we spent a lot of time and money in these bikinis, buying them, and I just saw that, why are we having all the way to go to Miami to get these bikinis? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? How about I just create this brand, Redefine? Mm-hmm. And Redefine, I felt like my whole life I've been redefining myself, and I still am redefining myself. And even the brand Redefine, it's not just gonna be bikinis. There's other things, like we have lipsticks, lingerie pieces. We have guy t-shirts as well, and we will be doing like a guy's like nightwear and swimwear. So it's gonna be like a mix. It's not just gonna be just for the ladies, but it started with because we had a shortage of bikinis, and we didn't like that, so we're like, dude, let's just have unlimited bikinis.
That makes sense. So you're a boss babe, like you know, like, you're definitely that's the wave. Boss babe.
That's the wave, like being independent. You know, I felt like growing up watching Disney, I always felt Prince Charming's gonna roll up and Prince gonna be here. That's your Prince Charming. And then I'm like, okay, but when he's popping up though,
right.
And you know, time is going, and I'm like, okay, there's no Prince Charming. Maybe there's no it moment. You know, like it's just you gotta woman up, right, and get what you want. And that's it. That's the way it works in life. And Prince Charming, if he does come, then he comes. He's just gonna complement your life, not come over here and save it. Right. So you gotta, for all the ladies out there and all the young girls that love Disney, I love Disney too, but at the same time, it's false illusions.
Right. Have you been watching Disney Plus? Or using it?
I already heard it. I haven't downloaded it yet, but definitely I
haven't done it either. So I'm like, I gotta do it. Yeah.
Like I invested in that Jasmine, the Aladdin. I love that. That's my favorite Disney movie.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Princess Javel, for being with us today.
Oh, thank you.
Let us know where your music is streaming.
You can find that in Apple Music, Spotify, iHeart. I think.
That's dope. Okay. And also your social handles. Where can we find you?
So all my social handles are Princess Javel, so it's at Princess, and then Javel is Javel.
Okay. Is Javel is there a meaning to this name or like?
Javel is my name. So my name is Javel. My mom named me after her, my grandma, and my great grandma. Oh, wow. So my great grandmother, her name is Isabel. So from the Javel, the Vel right there, and then my grandma Belkis Bell from Javel, and then the Ja is from my mom Jahida.
Oh wow!
So she mixed it all three.
That is so creative.
Yeah,
that is so cute.
It's cool. It's a vibe, and Yeah. Thank you so much for having us and opening up your platform for me and allowing us to be here. So I appreciate that very much.
No problem. This was definitely a dope interview. Make sure you guys also check it out next week on the YouTube. Shaysayss 2 S's Not 1. Thank you so much again for being here. This was amazing, Princess Javel. And we're going to get some more music really quick and then get into the next interview.